Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Wherever you're tuning in from around the globe, peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Welcome to the $1 Trillion Tickets broadcast. I'm your host, Matt Riches. We are navigating the disbelief bounce. Despite reports of shots being fired in the Strait of Hormuz, the market is choosing to believe the infinite ceasefire extension. We are seeing a major rebound in tech. Bitcoin is back over 78,000, and the massive earnings spread ranges from the 8% pop in GE Vernova to the 2% drop in AT&T, even though they beat on the top and bottom. And we got Tesla today when the market closes. So it's a big day for earnings. All right, this show is for education and entertainment only. Always do your own research, but you can use this show as a foundation. This show is the pre-market briefing. So you know how that goes. I'm going to give you 3 levels of support, 3 levels of resistance. I'm going to give you the mantra, and I'm going to give you Robert Greene's daily law and how it applies to investing and trading. All right, so let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into the mantra. I deserve to be healthy. I deserve to be happy. I deserve the wealth that I'm building for me and my family. Riches and freedom, they come to our hands. I am the master of all I command. My learning is limitless. My earnings are too. The more I discover, the more I can do. The stock market is a machine of design, and I have the power to make that wealth mine. I am capable, I am skilled, I am bold. Blessings on the journey as the vision unfolds. All right, let's check out some of these earnings. First up, we got yesterday, after market close, we had United Airlines. As you can see here, they beat by 10% on earnings, 1.5% on revenue. And they are just about the same level as yesterday's close. Next, we had Capital One. They missed on earnings by 1.8%, missed on revenue by 0.75%. Had this major drop yesterday in the aftermarket, but it has since recovered, and they're only down a little over 1.25% since yesterday's close. And next, in the pre-market, we had GE Vernova. Look at this, y'all. Beat on earnings by 792%. Just phenomenally incredible. And beat on revenue by almost 1%. And as you can see, they're up almost 8% in the pre-market. Next, we had Boeing. Boeing beat on earnings greatly by 70%. Beat on revenue by 1.6%. Let's see. They're currently up 3.5% from yesterday's close. And I know since this war is going on, they're going to be selling a lot of planes to replace all the planes that were lost in the war. All right, next we had AT&T. They actually beat on earnings by 3.3%, beat on revenue by a little over 0.75%. But they are currently down from yesterday's close, almost 2% in the pre-market. The aftermarket close today, we have Tesla, one of our $1 trillion tickers, ServiceNow, Lam Research, Texas Instruments, and Southwest Airlines. All right, let's get into Robert Greene's daily law. Here we go. Okay, Robert Greene's daily law for April 22nd, 2026. Title, Sow the Seeds of Doubt. Daily law. It is easier to cope with a bad conscience than with a bad reputation. Destroy your rivals with rumors and doubt. It is the perfect weapon for those who have no reputation of their own to work from. Doubt is a powerful weapon. Once you introduce suspicion into the mix, your opponents are forced into a dilemma. If they deny your rumors, they look defensive. If they ignore you, the suspicion festers and grows. Using this uncertainty can infuriate and unsettle your rivals, causing them to make mistakes in their defense that you can exploit. This sounds like something that was used against me, that is currently being used against me. How does this apply to long-term investing? In the long term, the market tries to sow seeds of doubt in your portfolio every single day. Headlines about Strait of Hormuz conflict versus ceasefire extensions are designed to make you question your thesis. A royal investor knows that doubt is a weapon used by market makers to introduce panic selling. When you see news that conflicts with your strategy, do not let it fester. Refuse to be unsettled by the rumors. Trust your architecture, trust your levels, and do not let the market's psychological warfare cause you to make mistakes. How does that apply to active trading? Active traders are constantly attacked by doubt in the form of fake out, breakouts, and rumors. If you are watching the screen, you are being fed seeds of doubt. Is this a breakout? Is this a bear trap or bull trap? The key is to ignore the rumors and focus on the price action itself. The only truth in the market is the volume and the levels. If the rumors unsettle you, you will make the mistake of trading based on fear. If you stay anchored to your technical levels, the rumors are just background noise that you can ignore. We're at 68 on the Fear and Greed Index. Deep into greed. Stay patient, stay disciplined. Execution over emotion. Process over prediction. Let's get to these levels, y'all. And this background music, I just created these. These are my theme songs for the show. So you're going to hear that in the background, a lot of variations. With these vocals, the vocals is hidden. All right, so let's start out with SPY. Currently in the pre-market at 708.60. To the downside, support, we got 705.15. We got the pre-market low of 707.14 and 705.80. To the upside resistance, we got 709. We have the pre-market high 709.75 and then 711.35. Next, we got QQQ. Currently in the pre-market at 649.27. To the downside support, we got 647.76, 646.15, and 644.10. To the upside, resistance, we got 650. Then we got the pre-market high. I mean, we got the all-time high. Is that the all-time high? Am I tripping? Oh, it is. QQQ might hit all-time highs today, y'all. It actually broke the all-time high in the pre-market. The pre-market high is 650.61. The all-time high is 650.20. So, yeah. It looks like QQQ might hit all-time highs today, y'all. The VIX is at 1909. It looks like it bounced on this gap the last couple days. On Monday, it bounced there. Tuesday, let's see if we get a bounce here or we break through this level. We do have a weekly level here at 1870, but let's see if we can break down through this gap. Then QQQ is definitely going to all-time highs. Next, we got NVDA. NVDA currently in the pre-market is at $200.77. The downside support, we got the pre-market low at $200.46, followed by an hourly level at $200.40, followed by $199.50 and $199, then $197.85. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high at $201.45, followed by $201.70 and $202.05. Next, we got Tesla, who has earnings after the market close. Currently in the pre-market, it's at $388.53. To the downside resistance, which is very close to the level right now, we got $388.35, followed by the pre-market low at $387.92, and then $386, and then $385.20. If it breaks that, you got to go into $381.30. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high at $390.81, followed by $391.10, $392.80, $393.90. Next, we got Apple currently in the pre-market. It's at the pre-market lows, 267.20. To the downside resistance, we got 266.30, 265.40, 264.60. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high, the 268.18, followed by 268.50, 269.09, and then we have this Smart Money Concepts resistance zone that begins at 270.79. Next, we got Google. Google looking very strong in the pre-market. Okay, Google currently in the pre-market is at 338.28. To the downside support, we got our weekly level here at 338, followed by 336.55, 336, 334.50, and a pre-market low at 334.24. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high at 338.99, 339.30, 342.30, and 343.70. Do remember that Google is in the Smart Money Concepts resistance zone here. Next, we got Apple. Next, we got Microsoft. Microsoft currently in the pre-market is at 426.84. To the downside support, we got the pre-market low of 426.16, followed by 424.60, 422.80, 421.05. To the upside resistance, we got 427.20, 427.80, the pre-market high 429.04, and 431.20. Next, we got Amazon, currently in the pre-market at 252.50. To the downside support, we got 252.20, followed by the pre-market low at 251.98, and then 250.20, 249.10, 247.40. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high at 243.14, 254, 256.20. Next, we got TSM currently in the pre-market at 370.72. To the downside support, we got 370.05, followed by the pre-market low of 368.99, and then 366.40. To the upside resistance, we got pre-market high 371.62, 372, 373.40, and 374.60. Next, we got Meta, currently in the pre-market at 674.88. To the downside support, we got the pre-market low, which is very close to our weekly level. The pre-market low is 673.47. The weekly level is 673.40, and then we got an hourly level here at 670, and then 667.70. To the upside resistance, we got 676.20, followed by the pre-market high 677, and then 677.20. Next, we got AVGO currently in the pre-market. It is running. It is at 407.55 to the downside resistance. To the downside support, we got 406.70, 406 as a pre-market low, and then 403.60, and then 403 a weekly level. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high of 408.87, and then 409.30. Remember, we are in the Smart Money Concepts resistance zone. BRK.B currently 469 in the pre-market. I'm sure y'all don't trade this, so let me just give you the pre-market high and pre-market low. Pre-market low 468.59, pre-market high 470.51. All right, and we got Walmart currently in the pre-market at 129.75. To the downside support, we got 129.32, 129.10, 128. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high 130.19, and then 131.20. All right, we'll be back at the market open at 6:30 a.m. Set those alerts. What you think about this theme music? Is it loud enough, or do I need to turn it up? Financial freedom. Watch the market unfold. Turning data to gold. Watch the market unfold. Turning data to gold. Watch the market unfold. $1 trillion tickers.